Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a very delayed update, but I finally found time to let you all know what's been going on with the tank. There's been some ups, some downs, and I've got some visitors also now, so I'll show you them as well soon. So first of all, I had my water tested just the other day, 2 days ago, and most things are looking fairly good. The salinity is spot on. KH is currently running at 8.3. Nitrate is at 0.2, so could possibly come up a little bit, but there is a little bit in the water, so I'm happy with that. I don't want it to go too high, obviously. Phosphates is at 0.03, so could also be a tiny bit lower, but that's about, I need a little bit in there, so I'm quite happy with that as well. Calcium's running a little on the high side at 450. Again, not too worried about that at the moment because there's not too many corals in there to absorb it, so that will hopefully drop once we get some more stuff growing. The only main one that's a little bit too far out is the magnesium, which is at 1500, but again, I haven't done any water changes, so I don't really know how it's got so high, but once we get some corals growing in there, hopefully that'll absorb it and bring it down. So yeah, with the water tests, I'm really happy. Some of the downs, my 3 pyramid butterfly fish, they just would not get on. Nobody else gave them any hassle. They picked on one another. They slowly killed one another off, and by the time I was down to 1, he was in such bad shape that he passed away the following night. So that's about the only downside at the moment. So let's just take a closer look in the tank. I've had one new addition, which is this Magnifica fox face. He's a great addition to the tank. He's only been in there a couple of days. He seems to have settled really well. I've put him in there hopefully to help control some algae. Plus I think he's a great looking fish. So with them levels, I've got, this is the piece of SPS that's been in there the longest. It's a sort of turquoise Montipora digitata, I believe it's called. Forgive me if I've got it wrong, I'm not great with the names. And that's got some really good growth tips on there now. That's the one that's been in longest. To try and keep some of the levels going now, I've been out and I've collected a selection of frags now. So I've got another digitata to go up the other end. There's also a piece of forest fire there and some macros and a pink millipora there. Some of them aren't taken as well as others. I've also got some pink bird's nest. I managed to pick up a few frags of that, so green plate. So yeah, some things are growing really well. These zoanthids are spreading like wildfire now, as are these ones. Unfortunately, some of the better looking ones, like my rastas, they are spreading, but not as quick as I'd like. So these are also growing really well. I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick up the colour of those, but they are really bright. Darth Mule, I believe they're called. The purple cap at the back is also now attached itself to the rock and spreading. There is a slight lip growing out over the back side now, so I'm more than happy with that. And over this side we've got some more frags. There's a war coral frag on this side. And then going back to the SPS, I believe that's there's a red planet. I've got this, I'm hoping it does do well. It looks great, if it'll focus. So I'm really hoping that one takes off. And then there's a green slimer, another piece of bird's nest. I think that's an Australian coral. That one there, that is a tricolour. When I got it, it was already fairly white, but the little bright yellow tips for the polyps were still very bright. So I've taken it, and hopefully we can nurse it back to get some more colour in it. The very tip of it does still have a nice purple colour to it. And then there's this one at the back. I can't remember what that one's called, to be fair. So that's the update on the corals. Fish wise, everybody's doing well. Everybody's growing well. I mean, the wrasse that I bought, they've doubled in size. They're getting big very fast. So I'm happy with the fish. Everybody's getting on now. This bubble coral, when I first moved it into the tank, it was suffering a little bit, but it is slowly now starting to come back. So I'm more than happy with that. This is the looking up the tank from the side. Obviously we've got quite a few frags down the front now. So yeah, the water is crystal clear as well. I mean, this is only a basic camera, but the water is very clear. There is the odd bit floating around in it, but it's looking alright. So there's not really much of an update on the sump, but I will just show you underneath. I mean, the skimmer's still working brilliantly. Still very quiet. I mean, it's been running some time now. I haven't had any trouble with it. It doesn't overflow randomly. It's really doing its job well. Just going into this section. Basically, I've just got the outlet from the biopearls, and 2 taps are running the biopearls, and that one is for my reactor with some phosphate media in it. So there is just a little bit it is just slowly bubbling in there, and then there's some biopearls running over the back. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to be doing with the Cyprax yet. Although it's not the biggest of sections, I am considering putting a little bit of algae in there, just getting a small refugium in there. Hopefully it will help grow some pods and bits and pieces in it as well. I mean, my nitrates are low, but I think that's probably more down to the biopearls than the Cyprax at the moment, so that might be coming out soon. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, let's just take a minute to. So chromices, I started with 6. I've still got 6. I know they are known for picking one another off. They have been in a previous tank as well, so I'm quite happy that I've still got the 6. I'm hoping this forest fire does well. I don't think my camera's going to focus on it, but it has got some nice green tips on it. Yeah, the update has been quite delayed. I've had a lot going on. Not only have I had addition to my household not fishy, we've had a baby, so that's taken up a lot of my time. I've also got some visitors with me at the moment, and I shall show you them now. So this is my old aqua reef tank, and it's been set up as a temporary home for my brother's fish. He's about to move home, so I've just got his fish. So obviously don't bash me for having the south-in tank in here. It is only temporary. I do know he's a bit big to be in there, but they've been in there a couple of days, and everybody seems to be getting on fine. We've tried to make sure there's plenty of holes in the rock work for everybody to hide. These have actually come out of a bigger tank, so they are a bit squashed in here. But yeah, he's got some nice bits of coral of his own. Aptasia filefish. I mean, this south-in tang is gorgeous when he's showing off. We've got a tray of sand because there is a pistol shrimp in there as well. So we've put a tray of sand in there just for him to dig about in. Hawkfish. There is a few corals in there as well, some blue mushrooms, but mainly it was a softy tank, softy coral. So yeah, we've got some visitors as well, and that's taken us a little while to get going. So yeah, it's all been very busy around at the moment. So that's one tank. That's 2 tanks. So with my SPS frags, I'm just going to leave them on the bottom here. They've been in there 2 or 3 days. They'll be left on the bottom for at least 2 weeks, just to acclimatise to my lighting a little, and then eventually I shall find some places to put them, and hopefully it'll start to look a bit more like a reef tank if we can get a few growing. They should do quite well if my water tests stay as they are, so I'll just keep an eye on things. So again, sorry about the delay. It's only a quick update, but I'm happy with how things are going, how things look, and hopefully I'll try and get the updates out a bit more regular from now on. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. See you on the next update.